Shakur Stevenson called him a duck. He claims he sent you a contract to fight him when the WBC ordered the fight.
As news of a potential clash between Shakur Stevenson and Isaac Cruz are doing the rounds, Shakur Stevenson and Isaac Cruz meet face-to-face to further stir their fans.
WBC ordered the fight. What's your response to that?
Shakur Stevenson dijo que te mandó un contrato para pelear y que
Expectedly, it wasn't a friendly atmosphere, and while they had a fierce encounter, a statement was made.
Oh, we didn't send the contract. Well, your dad and your manager said, no, we don't want the fight.
For some reason, the fight between Isaac Cruz and Shakur Stevenson didn't happen in the past. However, every event happening is pointing to a matchup between both fighters soon, especially after they met face-to-face.
I tried to fight Isaac Cruz first. He was the first person I tried to fight. They said no. His team said no.
Shakur Stevenson was one of the most promising boxing prospects a few years ago, and now he's one of the biggest rising stars. The world champion may not be one of the most impressive and spectacular fighters to watch, but he's one of the most skillful young boxers.
His manager said no, his father said no. I want to fight dude. If that was next, I'll be with it.
Although he doesn't still have big names on his resume, the 27-year-old talent has won all of his 22 fights as a professional, and his boxing IQ hasn't been matched by any of his opponents so far. After outpointing Artem Harutyunyan in his last fight, it has been debated who he should take on next and who will be Shakur Stevenson's next opponent. While several other names may come to mind regarding this, Isaac Cruz has emerged as a very possible opponent, seeing they both have a history together.
Yeah, he did. This short shot solid.
A possible matchup between the pair of world champions is now talked about again. After they both met at a public event, nothing much happened until Shakur Stevenson tried trolling Isaac Cruz for ducking him and going for a lesser opponent again.
But I don't think he want to fight me. I think he know it.
This led to some confrontation and stare down between the two fighters. However, both were unwilling to throw punches as they walked past each other. Isaac Cruz is preparing for his first title defense, a match against Jose Valenzuela. Isaac Pitbull Cruz will enjoy a quick turnaround for his first title defense.
He know what he dealing with. If they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight.
The ring has confirmed that Mexico City's Cruz will risk his WBA 140-pound title versus Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Their bout will land on the August 3rd Israel Madrimov Terrence Bud Crawford undercard at BMO Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Both bouts will be formally announced at a press conference scheduled for Wednesday in New York City. The event will mark the first boxing venture for Turki Alalshik and Riyadh season outside of the Middle East. Cruz won the belt in an 8th-round knockout of Rolando Rolly Romero on March 30th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The squat slugger moved up in weight and manhandled Romero for his first major title win. On fight night, Rolando Rolly Romero went in as an underdog, and eventually he proved to be the underdog, supporting all the claims that his win over Barroso was truly undeserved. Isaac Pitbull Cruz said he set out to terminate Rolly Romero tonight, and in the end, he completely dominated en route to an 8th-round technical knockout win to claim the WBA super lightweight title. Cruz had Romero hurt badly in the opening round, and Rolly was just unable to do much of anything with him in the entire fight. Even the punches that the heavy-handed Romero landed seemed to have no effect on Pitbull, who hurt Romero repeatedly. After a truly one-sided 7th round where Romero was on skates repeatedly, the doctor told referee Thomas Taylor that it was getting close to time for a stoppage. In the 8th, when Romero got hurt again, Taylor stepped in.
Yeah, we thought they were going to give Romero time to recover, but no, Cruz jumped on him right away. He knew he had him out. He wasn't there.
For the 25-year-old Cruz, it was his first world title in what was also his first fight in the 140 pounds division. The crowd in Las Vegas was loudly and heavily backing the Mexican warrior, who said he wanted to face the top names at 140, which could be tough given that none of them are with premier boxing champions at the moment, though that could change.
Romero, so he just jumped on him, had overhand right, overhand left, just power shots, vicious shots from him.
And now, he has eventually found himself with Valenzuela. Valenzuela will enter his first title fight. The 24-year-old Mexican southpaw enters off a sensational 6th-round knockout of Chris Colbert last December 16th in Minneapolis. The 2023 Knockout of the Year contender saw Valenzuela avenge a disputed defeat to Colbert last March 2nd.
From Cruz.
And again, I want to give the referee credit.
Yes.
He gave him the opportunity. It's a
Yes, he
world
did.
title fight, and he never went down, but he would have eventually got.
Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, is on the lookout for his next opponent. Stevenson is now a free agent after completing the final fight on his top-ranked contract against Artem Harutyunyan earlier this month, which he won on points. While Gervonta Davis has been mentioned as a very possible rival, it seems both men will still have to wait to meet inside the ring. Stevenson and Davis have both expressed a common desire to collide to see who's the better fighter. But Stevenson has also been looking for a fight with super lightweight champion Devin Haney and two-time Olympic gold medalist Vasily Lomachenko.
Mind to it, like I said, I got Artem in front of me, and that's the focus, and Saturday will be a great show.
We all know that me and Tank are going to have the biggest fight in years to come. Everybody and any promoter will want to be involved when that happens. I just sit back and chill and try not to think about it. I'll think about it when it happens. It's no question, my fight with Davis is going to stop everyone Saturday night. That's like the biggest fight in the world, if we are really thinking about it. Every hood in America is going to want to watch that fight. It's going to be a tremendous fight. That's the biggest and best fight to make in boxing.
Like I said, I got Artem in front of me, and that's the focus, and Saturday will be a great show.
Shakur, you've been successful in this venue. So what is your expectations?
He then continued, "That's the game plan for me and the end goal. That's the fight that I am going to kick the door down with. Honestly, that's the direction I want to go in. I'm going to be at 135 pounds for a minute," said Stevenson. "I want to be undisputed at 135 and get the belts one by one. I know that my time will come. Tank Davis has nowhere else to go but to fight me. At the end of the day, me and him will have to fight, and that's my opportunity. But for now, we're focused on Artem." However, and although those fights could eventually happen in the future, the World Boxing Council has ordered the American to fight top-ranked contender and undefeated William Zepeda next, with a purse bid scheduled for August 20th. As a result, a bidding war is expected to ensue for Stevenson's next outing, with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and Floyd Mayweather's Mayweather Promotions both recently expressing interest in linking up with the 27-year-old.
Who's there at 135 that you would want to match Zepeda with?
The one fight I would love right now is Haney. I would love to match him up with Haney.
Zepeda's promoter Golden Boy Promotions would also undoubtedly bid if the fight goes to purse bids, while Top Rank could make a surprise splash, driving up the price. Despite this, it remains unclear whether Golden Boy will pursue the contest. Chairman and CEO Oscar De La Hoya has been very insistent that he won't make the fight unless Stevenson signs with Golden Boy beforehand. Meanwhile, the boxing icon wrote on X last night, "Check this out. William Zepeda is so badass he has 4 sanctioning bodies to choose from. Nobody will tell him who he must fight next."
I would love to face him against Pitbull in all Mexican war.
Zepeda is currently ranked number 1 by all 4 major sanctioning bodies, but he may only have 2 routes to choose from, with World Boxing Association champion Gervonta Davis and International Boxing Federation title holder Vasily Lomachenko, currently in talks for a unification clash this November. Outside of the World Boxing Council, he could take a fight with World Boxing Organization champion Denis Berinchyk, who won the title in May by beating Emmanuel Navarrete via split decision.
I would put him against anybody right now. Shakur, the only one that I is Shakur.
Zepeda has proved to be a formidable competitor, with none of his opponents able to ask any serious questions of the Mexican during his 31-fight career thus far. Cameron has ended 27 of his 31 wins inside the distance and holds decent victories over former world title challenger Maxie Hughes and former International Boxing Federation super featherweight champion Joseph Diaz. Although a boxer is ordered to face a top contender, that doesn't necessarily mean that the fight will happen, as both men can reach an agreement, and in many cases, money and interests end up changing the initial plans. But if Zepeda ends up being his next rival, Stevenson will be happy to fight him, as he believes he would possibly be his toughest opponent to date.
Oh, man. Shakur's good. He's actually really, really good.
Zepeda is a hell of a fighter. I don't even think I've been in the ring in my professional career with a fighter like that. He throws a bunch of punches. He's great with his own style, and a guy like that will bring the best out of me, Stevenson said, per Boxing Scene. The Mexican, who has won his 31 professional fights, last defeated Giovanni Cabrera by knockout the same night Stevenson beat Harutyunyan. From the look of things, it's almost certain that Shakur Stevenson would have the same issue with Willem Zepeda as he did with his fellow Mexican Isaac Cruz. The World Boxing Council at the time had also announced an ordered lightweight fight between the skilled southpaw and Cruz, a fight that boasts an intriguing clash of styles but is probably unrealistic because of promotional alliances. Cruz is backed by premier boxing champions, while Stevenson is promoted by rival Top Rank.
100 times. How many times do I gotta go out there and
at 135? At 135.
The World Boxing Council lightweight title was held by undisputed champion Devin Haney, another Top Rank client. All the other fighters, they are busy, Pitbull, Stevenson said. They are busy. We can't fight them. They got fights all lined up. So what up? I'm here. WBC says make it happen. Come on, you all know them dudes, man. Stevenson, who decided after failing to make weight in his 130-pound title unification against Robson Conceição in September that he would move up to 135, also had words for lightweight contender Shakur Ortiz, who recently boasted that he would hand Stevenson his first loss. Ortiz was coming off an inspired but ultimately losing performance against three-division titleist Vasily Lomachenko last month at Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden.
The boy don't want no smoke. He said, oh, we didn't send the contract.
I saw Shakur Ortiz say he's going to be the first person to beat me too, Stevenson said. I see everything y'all talk about. Just because he got in there with old Lomachenko and did what he was supposed to do. He did good. He did good. That was me. I would have beat Lomachenko. Come on now. That stuff sounds good though. The stuff y'all talking about. Talking about how Pitbull, the big killer who fought Gervonta Tank Davis, and they act like he is some type of killer. If he is a killer, then what's up? Show me you a killer. I want to see how much of a killer you are, Pitbull. Like what we talking about? Oh, cool. He knocked out an old Yuriorkis Gamboa in April. I don't care. I'm not Gamboa. You know who I am.
Well, oh, your dad and your manager said, no, we don't want the fight.
They turned down the fight. I don't want that fight. Yeah, okay, I told you I turned pits into poodles, guy. I ain't worried about shit. He ain't no Pitbull to me. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, a Mexican boxer in the lightweight division who started boxing young and quickly climbed the ranks, wasn't hesitant to fire shots back at Shakur Stevenson. Cruz is a formidable opponent known for his aggressive style and strong punches. Cruz has a robust win-loss record. He has beaten notable boxers in his weight class. These wins have earned him title shot opportunities. Furthermore, there were talks of his fight with Shakur Stevenson. However, he declined the offer. Pitbull Cruz then broke his silence in an interview. He revealed why he declined the fight against Shakur Stevenson. This revelation shocked the boxing community.
How we gonna send a contract to somebody who went publicly and said they don't want to fight? Shut up. You don't want to fight me, bro.
In the interview, Cruz said he turned down the fight. Why? He believes Stevenson didn't earn a title shot in the lightweight division. He said, I think I don't know what Bob Arum's plan, Shakur's manager, was, but I think he wanted to get there and then, without breaking a sweat here within the division. Furthermore, he added saying, he wanted to ignore everyone, even my name, my job, and I did not agree to give him that great opportunity that he wanted within the division. Moreover, Cruz also noted Stevenson's limited experience in the lightweight division. He had only fought Shuichiro Yoshino, a fight which Cruz believed was not enough for a title shot. However, it was clear that Stevenson didn't agree with Cruz's viewpoint.
I've been right there in front of everybody. I don't run. Stop telling me fight Pitbull. Go tell him fight me. Tell him fight me. Don't tell me to fight him. I say yo.
Shakur Stevenson spoke on Instagram Live saying, Pitbull doesn't want no smoke, I don't run. He pointed out his recent aggressive fights, including a win against Shuichiro Yoshino. He emphasized that he had become more aggressive in recent years, even securing a 6th-round stoppage victory against Shuichiro Yoshino. So, he believed he would have beaten Cruz easily. He said, "Little dude can't do nothing with me."
I would have beat the hell out of him. He too little. Little old dude can't do nothing with me.
Opposing business interests was what prevented Shakur Stevenson and Isaac Cruz from fighting at any point in their career. And with Shakur Stevenson now almost out of Top Rank, an agreement has been easily reached. Those two lightweight contenders are represented by competing promoters and appear on different networks. But that didn't stop the World Boxing Council from ordering a final elimination match Wednesday between Stevenson and Cruz. Mauricio Suleiman, president of the World Boxing Council, announced during the sanctioning organization's convention in Acapulco, Mexico, that Stevenson and Cruz must fight next if they want a chance to become the World Boxing Council's mandatory challenger in the 135-pound division. Mexico City's Cruz had just knocked out countryman Eduardo Ramirez in the second round of their action, which was scheduled as a 12-round WBC elimination match September 4th at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles.
What opponent are you looking at?
It may be Cambosis because Pitbull turned me down and Zepeda turned me down. I know from the rankings Cambosis is next, so I think it will be Cambosis.
The left-handed Stevenson relinquished his World Boxing Council and World Boxing Organization 130-pound championships when he couldn't make weight the day before his last fight. Stevenson came in 1.5 pounds overweight September 22nd and announced he would move up to the lightweight division. Before being forced to settle for a showdown against Shuichiro Yoshino, Shakur Stevenson did his best to lure one of the lightweight division's more established stars into the ring, Isaac Cruz. However, after making it painfully clear that Stevenson, 20-0-10 KOs, wasn't in their immediate plans, the former Olympic silver medalist turned his attention elsewhere. Initially, Team Cruz remained mum on why they opted to go in another direction. But, after being bombarded with questions, Team Cruz revealed that Stevenson's defensive approach would lead to a boring fight. Isaac Cruz's manager Sean Gibbons had also explained why his fighter turned down a clash with Shakur Stevenson.
I think it's sad. I think this is boxing in a sad state where fighters can just duck and get away with it. I think that the fans and everybody allowed them.
Speaking to Betway, Gibbons said that super lightweight is now one of the most exciting divisions in boxing. He said, "Everybody is going up to fight at 140 aside from Shakur Stevenson, somebody nobody wants to watch. I don't care what weight he's at. He's got a boring, ugly, terrible style you'll see. Cruz and Raleigh would be a great fight too. Forget about that previous fight Cruz had. That was my fault. I take all the blame for putting him in with an awful style of boxing. But that's what happens when you fight stinky fighters. At the end of the day, we won't make that mistake again. We want to make exciting fights." In 2024, we can't wait anymore as he hasn't had a signature fight since Gervonta Davis 2 years ago. We got ridiculed for turning Shakur down, but we did the fans a favor. Thank God we turned the fight down as it would have been a bad fight and not because of us. We can't get Vasil Lomachenko or George Kambosos Jr., so we are focused on either Rolly Romero or Ryan Garcia next. We would fight in a heartbeat.
So we want to fight. We want to fight Ryan. We want to fight Rollies. We want to fight anybody. Anybody but Shakur Stevens. I'm happy.
Isaac Cruz has one of the biggest Hispanic followings in boxing. It's either Saul Canelo Alvarez or Isaac Cruz that crosses over to the Hispanic market, and we know Ryan Garcia has a huge crossover following too, outside of boxing, so it has all of the makings of a huge fight. Having taken the time to soak in what Team Cruz had to say about his overall style, Stevenson recently fired back at what he believes were erroneous claims. "Pitbull doesn't want no smoke," said Stevenson on his Instagram Live.
He retired, thank God. And, Shakur's a great fighter.
"I was right there in front of everybody. I don't run." As Stevenson alluded to, he's upped his aggression in recent years. Even when tasked with facing a bigger man in Yoshino, the former two-time world titleist planted his feet and snapped back the head of the Japanese product, resulting in a 6th-round stoppage victory. Cruz, similarly, has been on a rampage in his own right. Following his close but clear defeat at the hands of Gervonta Davis, the Mexican native saw his stock soar.
But with a style like Isaac Cruz, the guy, he would be running worse than Rigondeaux. So.
In 2 of his latest appearances in the ring before Rolly Romero, he violently ended the night of both Yuriokis Gamboa and Eduardo Ramirez. All in all, Stevenson's need to face Cruz stemmed from his desire to have his championship wishes placated.
Fight. They said no. His team said no. His manager said no. His father said no. I want to fight dude. If that was next, I'll be with it. But I don't think he want to fight me.
Yet, with several of the division's big names deciding against facing Stevenson, the 25-year-old slithered his way up the standings. Though a showdown against Cruz never came to fruition, Stevenson wholeheartedly believed that if the two were to swap fists, the highly ranked contender would have nothing in his arsenal to change the one-sided beating that was bound to occur. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.